For years, the whole of the data community have treated dashboards as the final destination for data. You can see a typical company having different data sources and they collect this information from these systems, and you call upon the data engineers, and the data engineers they build pipelines that move this information from the source into the data warehouse. On the other hand, you have analysts, they clean data, they define the metrics, and eventually they try to build a dashboard out of this. That dashboard is then handed over to the business as the place where people go to understand what's really happening in that company. But in the last 2 years, we've seen a kind of shift that is beginning to happen. I think AI agents are about to challenge that entire model with practice over the years, and not necessarily because dashboards are bad, and not even because charts are no longer useful, in as much as sometimes they are quite difficult to understand for some people because they have different kinds of charts. But let's put that aside. The deeper issue is that dashboards were designed around the way human beings interact with software. Think about a typical dashboard. What do you have in these dashboards? You have, of course, your chart. And some dashboards have gone on to have buttons where you can click buttons to have different kinds of actions or even filters. And you also have slices and you have tabs where you can navigate through these dashboards. And in some other dashboards, you have the drop-down menus that give you a variety of options on what to do. And if you're looking at a chart, you can even decide to drill down into the options and to see how far down you can go into investigating whatever metric you want to see. All of these elements help human beings move around the data, and they're very important because the UI part is an incredible part of any software being developed. You can click and you can do filtering, you can select by a country, you can even open another page to see a new product category. You can do a bunch of things as long as you have this UI element present. And all of this made sense because we are humans and we interact with the operating interface, and that is how we've interacted with information over the years. And nobody has questioned that up until now. And what is questioning this is AI agent. You see, AI agents, they don't need drop-down menus. It doesn't even need to hover over a bar chart to look at anything. It doesn't need the button labeled that they should be viewed by category or should be viewed by region. But the question is, what does an AI agent even need? An agent needs access to the data, and that's all the agent needs. It needs you to clearly define what the data means, because this context and understanding is how the agent would know how to interpret the information it is seeing in your data layer. It needs to know the rules it must follow. More importantly, is around the business context, because it's going to interpret the questions being asked to it. And if you have this context somewhere, maybe your semantic layer, the AI is able to go to this context to find more information about your data. Believe me, this is totally changing what business intelligence means. And I'm going to tell you one truth nobody really wants to accept. Is the fact that people don't want dashboards. It might be hard to accept that, but people want answers. A sales director doesn't wake up in the morning excited to go and look at a line chart. She wants to know whether the company is on course to hit its target, and that's all they want to know. If you see a marketing manager ask them a question and ask them if they wanted a dashboard, they will tell you that they don't necessarily want a page containing 12 campaign visuals. All they want to know is which campaign is wasting money and what should they do about it. Even if you ask a CEO, the CEO doesn't want to spend 20 minutes moving through 5 different report pages. It's a waste of his time. The CEO wants to know why the revenue had dropped. And if you are seeing this drop, is it temporary? And which part of the business needs attention right now? And many people have mistaken this to mean that they needed dashboards. They don't, they just needed answers. Because the visual is often just one step between the question and the answer. So because of all of this, dashboards became really popular. We needed to decide most of the questions in advance. Someone had to predict what users might want to know, and they write a query, maybe a SQL query, and PySpark, Python, build up notebooks and set up a schedule, and design the chart, do all of that because they have some business use cases and they have predetermined what people might want to know, and they place this chart on a page. If you ask me a definition for a dashboard, I'll just say that a dashboard is a collection of the pre-built answers to questions we expect people to ask. It's an expectation. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is what they might end up with. And that works very well for regular questions. Think about questions like, what were your sales this month? How many customers cancelled? or even question on service target, are we meeting the service target? But things start changing the moment someone asks a question the dashboard wasn't designed to answer. The experience starts to break. So what does the user do? The user checks another page and couldn't find the answer. The user goes on to check another report, cannot find the answer. So what do they do eventually? If you've been dashboard, you know this. They will go on and export some of your report in an Excel, trying to answer their own questions, and they send a message to the analyst and telling them that I can't find this answer. Can you give me some of this data so I can query it and do my analysis on Excel? The analyst asks for clarification. The analyst goes on to write a new set of query and return with an answer in 2 days. That is 2 days. The dashboard may contain the data, but it's not always very useful at the end of the day. And the reason is because it doesn't contain the path to every possible answer. And this is where the conversation around agent become very interesting. So instead of navigating through a fixed collection of visuals, you simply ask, why did our revenue fall last month? And you are asking that to the agent. So the agent might first check whether revenue actually fell, so as just to clarify that assumption that you have. It could then go on to compare the results with previous month, then the same month last year, then the company's target. From there, it could now go on to examine the regions, products, customer groups, discount, and cancellations. It might even come back and say something like revenue fell by 7% last month, mainly because enterprise renewals in the UK were delayed. And it can even tell you that new customer sales were stable and there were no similar decline in other regions. If you go on to ask more questions like, is this something we should be worried about? Now the conversation has context. The agent knows what this refers to because it has a history of the conversation and how it started. It can inspect the history and get more context from the conversation. It can even compare the current delay with previous renewal patterns. And this would help it explain whether the problem looks temporal or structural. That is very different from clicking through dashboards trying to find answer. It's closer to having a conversation with an analyst who can query the data while you speak. The only difference is that this time around it happens in seconds rather than 2 days. We can already see this direction across the BI industry. Think about Databricks. Recently they had their Data and AI Summit. Databricks distinguishes between dashboards that answer a fixed set of business questions and Genie agents that can respond to a much broader range of questions through the conversations you have with it. And on the other hand, Microsoft is adding chat-based analysis to Power BI. And we really can't wait for that to become fully usable. And Tableau agent can explore data, build visualizations, and explain calculations using natural language. But this doesn't mean that every company will simply connect ChatGPT to its database and throw away Power BI overnight. There's still much more work to be done to make this very usable. Because just giving the agent access to the data is not enough. Imagine asking the agent how many active customers do we have. On the surface, that sounds like a simple question, but what exactly is an active customer? Because even if you ask 4 different employees or 4 different departments, they have different answers to that simple question. Is it someone who has logged in during the last 30 days, someone with current subscription, someone who has made a purchase this year? Do we include customers on a free trial? There are a lot of nuances to that question. And what about customers whose accounts have been suspended? And which date and time period should we even consider for the calculation? A human analyst usually understands these hidden details because they know the business, especially if they've worked with this data for quite a while or they are part of the decision makers. An agent needs that context to be made explicit. And this is why most important part of the future of dashboard may not be the chart window, it may just be the layer underneath it. Simple things like the definitions, the relationships between the data, the approved calculations, the security rules, the history of how people in the company use certain words, the difference between revenue recognized by finance and revenue reported by sales. With all these foundations, and if you don't have them, the agent may return an answer that sounds intelligent, but is completely useless. I know Microsoft has these guidelines, and they've warned that when organizations don't prepare their data properly and their semantic models, that something like Copilot can produce low quality, inaccurate, or misleading results. And it's not just restricted to Copilot. It can just put any other AI model in that bracket. So the future may not be a dashboard problem in the way we understand it today. It may be a governed query engine that understands the organizations. Employees wouldn't necessarily open a report and search for the right chart. They might ask questions from whatever they already work on, and Teams, Slack, email, a mobile app, or a company's assistant. And under the hood, the engine underneath would find the right data, apply the correct business definitions, very important, and respect the user's permissions, because you don't want just anybody to have access to all the data. And then go ahead to return the answer in the most useful format. Sometimes that format will be a sentence, other times it might be a table, and sometimes it could be a chart, and sometimes it may just be a complete dashboard built and a bespoke dashboard based on the user query. And this is where I think the future becomes even more interesting, because dashboards may not disappear, contrary to what I've seen so many YouTubers and influencers say about dashboard, that this is the end of dashboard. I don't think so. I don't think dashboard is going to disappear. I think they may simply stop being permanent. Today, an analyst normally builds one dashboard and tries to make it useful for hundreds of people. That creates a familiar problem. It's trying to serve everyone at the same time. But imagine a different tool where you have a CEO having several conversations with a data agent, and over the course of a week or a few days, she finds answer. She asks about revenue growth, customer retention, operational costs, and performance of a new product. During these conversations, she tries to identify 6 metrics she wants to watch closely, and she could say something like this to the agent, whichever model is being used: create a dashboard for me using the various areas we've discussed. Try to keep it simple, show me the weekly trend, compare the performance with our target, and alert me when anything moves outside the normal. The agent already understands the conversation, it understands which definitions were used, it understands what the CEO cares about, and it can create a dashboard specifically for her. And this can happen to any other exec or any other departmental lead that wants to have a view on what is going on within their own department. That dashboard may last for 6 months or may only be needed for one board meeting. The important thing here is about the shift, because the dashboard is no longer the starting point, it becomes a generated output from a conversation. And this could turn dashboard creation into something much closer to true self-service. Self-service could simply mean explaining what you need. Show me a dashboard for a new product launch. Include sales, returns, customer complaints, and delivery times. Compare the results with the previous launch. And something this basic, so the agent could assemble the view and the user could continue refining it through conversation. With that said, even the permanent dashboards, I don't even think they will disappear completely. Yeah, they could be affected but not completely gone. They are still very useful when a group of people needs to look at the same information at the same time. It could be a weekly performance meeting needing a shared view. Financial reporting needs consistency. Even operational teams, they need stable screens that show whether systems are healthy. And regulators, yeah, they want it consistent. Auditors, they require the figures to be presented in an agreed format so that when you falter, they know who is making the fault. And dashboards are also excellent for monitoring. So perhaps dashboards will remain the place where we try to notice things going on, while on the other hand, you have agents becoming the place where we investigate why they are happening. So the dashboard can say something unusual is happening here, while the agents will try to answer, here is why it's happening. Here is who is affected by this thing happening. And it can even go on to give you some options available to you to say this is how you could fix that. That relationship feels much more realistic than the idea that charts will suddenly disappear. I don't think that's going to happen in that sense. Again, there's another important change here. If the future happens, the work of data and BI teams will change as well. And that's why it's important to talk a bit about that, because a lot of dashboard development today is focused on presentation. Which chart should we use? Which should we filter on? Should this number be red or orange? Can we fit one or more visuals onto this page? These questions won't disappear, but they may become a smaller part of the job. I see a shift in the activities of the BI professionals because the most valuable BI professionals may become less like dashboard builders. They're going to be more like architects of business context. Their job will be around creating a trusted environment where both humans and agents can understand the data, and trust will be one of the biggest challenges. Just to summarize here, There are 4 stages in the way people use data. The first is they do monitoring, the second is ask, and the third is investigate, and the fourth, which is very important, is act, because you need to take some actions from the inside. Dashboards are very good at monitoring, and they've proven that over the years. They give us regular view of the business, and they help us to notice when something has changed. Agents will become better at asking and investigating. They will allow us to move beyond the questions someone predicted when the report was built, and eventually agents may help us to act. They may not tell us that the stock is running low, they may prepare the order. They may not only identify customers who are likely to leave, they might create a list for the retention team. They might not only explain that the marketing campaign is performing poorly, they might recommend how the budget should be moved while still waiting for a human being to approve the decision. So no, I don't think dashboards are going to die, but I do think they're about to lose their position as the main doorway into the company's data. The dashboard of the future may be smaller, more focused, and more temporal. The next chapter may be about building data systems that agents can understand, and when that happens, the dashboard will no longer be the destination. Thank you for watching, and I hope you watch other of my videos. Please like and subscribe to encourage me to do more of these and to give others access and the time to find this video, because the algorithm supports that. I'm going to be seeing you in the next one. Well, bye for now.